More important thing that viewers, people watching us should bear in mind is that we're not saying all these things, as a kind of a way to represent the entire people here.
No, at
It
all.
is just for information and it is
Mm-hmm.
for entertainment, so to say. So these experiences do not actually reflect on the way
Yeah,
everybody
everybody.
in the
Yeah.
United States,
Mm-hmm.
respond, or the way people behave generally. So please, just know that we're sharing this, just for information sake. Yeah.
Today's video, I'll be talking about something exciting. It's like a fun game, I would say, but then we'll be sharing our own personal experience on culture shock. I know you must have seen several videos on that, but this is our own personal experience on what took us by surprise or what were like, our pet peeves and stuff like that. So, don't watch this video to the end without subscribing, without liking my video, and without dropping a comment. If you know that you are in the US and anything that will say relates to you, you can drop a comment. Just say, oh yeah, I can relate to that, or no, I hope to relate to that if you're a prospective student. So I'll have my guest introduce himself. He has been on this channel before, but for the sake of our first timer here, you get to meet him. Introduce yourself.
My name is Simon. I'm Simon of KDG, and I'm happy to be here.
Okay, so we would talk about culture shock. So can you tell me what was your first culture shock? Like as you're landing in the just like background, what took you by surprise?
Several things.
Like,
But maybe I would not really want to start from the moment I entered the country. But I
okay,
mean, in the course of my journey, in the course of my experience in the United States, one
okay,
of the major culture shocks that I've experienced is one day I was in my office
mm-hmm,
and then I went to get lunch. Then when I
mm-hmm.
came in, then I told one of my colleagues, a white lady, then I told her, hey, I have some food, come and join me. So, you would expect people to understand that you're asking them to come and join you, to
So
share the food. And
courtesy,
yeah, yeah, just a kind of way of being like, hey, courtesy, like you said. And so she just came to my cubicle and we're just talking and the food was my friend. I was like, yeah, join me. Let's start eating. She was, no, eat your lunch. Eat your lunch. So I mean, you would expect anybody to understand, come and join me when there's seafood,
the
with you.
humor in it,
Like,
like
I was
you
shocked. I was like, oh, I said bye, come and join me. I actually mean I'm inviting you to come and share this meal with me. So
know.
it was one of those, experiences I will never forget. And I think it's just the disparities in our culture
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so on and so forth. Yeah.
yeah. For
What
me,
about you?
yeah, for me, mine is not as serious as his because he is a professor kind of, so he likes giving all the serious kind of thing. So for me, I would say it's zebra crossing. I lived in Lagos all my life, and the zebra crossing there, I don't think they ever walked. I don't know. But here, I remember the very first day that I went out from where I stayed to class,
Yeah.
and I stepped on the zebra line,
And you
and
stopped.
the car stopped. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, is this how this is done here?
Yeah.
That was exciting to see that.
That's what now they do, yeah.
Exactly, that's the word. That's what they do here. So that was exciting for me to see that the zebra crossing, or
Yeah.
yeah. So that's one thing.
So, you want me to share another one?
Yeah, we can
So
go in
there,
turns
there,
now.
there is another one that and I think a lot of people already talked about it. Maybe you're hearing that from me,
Mm-hmm.
and the kind of seriousness that we attribute to dress into class.
Oh
So there is a
yeah.
huge, disparity or difference between the way Americans, regardless of race, the way they dress to class and the way international dress to class. So I'm this formal kind of guy. Anytime I'm going to, when I was doing my master's, I always my shirt, my tie, and everything. And yeah, you will see your classmates, people in your class, your cohort, wearing like almost
Bomb shots.
like bomb shots, and I was very surprised, and because I was thinking, yeah, grad school is meant to be like
Serious
a
class.
place where you be serious and be professional in the way you dress, and I think it's another very important culture shock experience that I had, and another one is the
Wait,
level.
can I put
Okay.
can I say something? For that dressing to class,
Yeah.
even their professional staff sometimes like wear bomb shot. I'm like, I thought we are here for serious business.
Yeah.
Well, it's glad that now, as international student, or as international student, like we're able to like see that it's not just about you like dressing all down and all. But then, on a second thought, I cannot travel from 32 miles, no, not 32 miles, like 5,000 miles away
Yeah.
here to come and be dressing normal. No, I have to, outstand everybody.
You want to dress abnormal?
No, like I cannot be dressing, I have to like
Casually,
make
you can't.
casually,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
So I have to like make a statement. So that is how I think about it. Like, okay, international student we need to like dress.
Show them, like
Show them
show
that
them.
we spend a lot of money.
We are not from jungles.
We actually spend a lot of money to come down here, so we cannot like dress minimal.
Yeah. Okay, so another one is which may not actually appear immediately like a culture shock is you'll be surprised by how ignorant that many people here are about you, about your culture, about where you come from. Where some people will ask you, have you ever seen a fridge before?
That was your experience.
Have you seen? Do you have like what do they call? Do you have refrigerator in your home? Like are there roads? Like your roads paved? Are they tarred? And so that alone, for majority of us, if you are decently educated and you are from Africa, any part of Africa, I mean, you have a bit of knowledge about what happens in America. You've seen it, maybe on CNN, on TV, on
reality shows,
and
movies, and
but
all that.
many people do not. And some people, after telling them that you're from Nigeria, they still ask you, "How do you learn how to speak English?" Like and so on and so forth. So,
some of them even ask you that. Oh, I have a friend from Cameroon. Do you know this person? My sister, no, it is not a street.
There was a day I was sharing with a dude, and I was like, okay, I had to microwave my food, and it was like, oh, wait, have you used it before coming? And I said, yes. I've used microwave before coming to America. Like, we're not poor, so. But I think when things like this happen, it's not for you to take an issue with people. Don't take offense. Many people don't know about you, so maybe you know a lot about them. You will likely understand every bit of their word, but some of them will even struggle to pick, what you're saying and so on and so. It's just an opportunity for me. It's a platform to educate someone, about where I come from. That I'm not from some sort of jungle of from the heart.
Yeah, and sometimes like it's not totally like their fault not to be exposed. Like it's because of how media like portrays.
Is Africa. Yeah. As a continent
As a
that
continent,
needs to be saved,
so it's basically like what they like they didn't like take it or like upon themselves to do like additional research to see that or like this is not safe.
Yeah, many do, but some,
and that's why I appreciate my master supervisor. Like she's always like checking for Nigeria and saying that that mean because like I was like expecting to meet you. I like search for Nigeria and just to see like where you're coming from, like search Lagos to see how like Lagos look like and stuff like that. Which like I was like, this is my first time seeing someone do that. That was fun to see.
Yeah, and another one that I would. It hasn't happened to me personally before, but it has happened to people that I know. So when people hear when they tell you, "Let's go out," when they tell you that, okay, let's go out, to have lunch or to have dinner. Hey, my brother, they are not telling you to just come and do.
Don't go empty-handed without your card.
What do we call it in Nigeria?
Osho free.
Osho free. There is no Osho free. You know,
there's no free lunch.
It's in fact, even in Freetown, no free lunch.
No free lunch.
So I've had somebody like my wife also experienced it. Like you were invited, they told you. I mean, they actually kind of gingered you into accepting. Like, okay, yeah, let's go on a date, or let's go to have lunch, and you're gonna pay, yourself.
They won't tell you pay first.
They will not tell you.
There. Let me share my experience. Like, I was new, like fresh, brand new, brand new in the States then. And this person invited me, not just me, like, but a clique of us, like, let's go out and, have lunch, ice cream.
Ice cream. Okay, ice cream.
Then we got there and, I ordered mine and they were like, pay. I look at the person that brought me, like, am I paying? She's like, yeah, sure, you're paying. Like, you didn't tell me I was going to pay, so I didn't come with my card. Yeah. She was like, oh, okay. I'm like, okay, what? Are we returning this ice cream or I'm taking this ice cream? Because I'm already here. But, shout out to her. She paid for that. But then I understood that, okay, if you ask me, let's go out, sometimes I have to go out with my card to pay.
Yeah. And another thing is that I think we take a lot of things for granted if you are from a close-knitted, society or family. You can visit a friend without even telling them, right?
Yeah.
You can say, hey, I'm on your street. Can you come and open the gate? Something like that. And they was, you never tell me you were coming. Okay, come here. You can't. I think you can try it here, unless you have actually built some level of relationship with some people. Even your relationship,
text them ahead like 2 days or like 8 hours prior to you visiting them, like, you'll be coming over, or you want to like say hi to them or something.
I think even the most informal relationship here is still kind of corporate. Even no matter how informal it is, like and I think I like that culture because it promotes this respect,
boundaries,
and boundaries. Like you don't just come to people's house without notifying them and so on and so forth. But I mean, for me, I would not take an issue with anybody back home in Nigeria if you're just passing by and just say, hey, Simon, I'm in your estate, can you come, call your security people to allow me in. I mean, I would not really pick an issue with that, but I mean, it's not the same here. It's just totally different.
So now what that I want to share would be the classrooms. So the classrooms here, my first class, I was surprised though, like it's a master's degree class, like the master class. But then like on the way we sat, like as Priscilla would say, one of my friends, like we are sitting like we're having a family meeting.
Yeah.
So like we sit like around the table and just like discuss. And something that was very refreshing to see is that my idea can hold substance in the eyes of my professor. Like, I like what you share. Like they compliment you, your idea, and not your professor trying to water down what you said and say that like you do not know what you're saying. I'm the one that should be more or like knowledgeable in this space. They give you the chance to like to spew whatever thing you want to say, either like factless or if it's like built with facts.
And I think why it is like that is that because we came here for graduate programs, right? And for majority of, depending on your program, majority of graduate programs here, you take seminar classes, so it's always in a small, like a boardroom, like as if you're having some board of executive, so it's very small, usually small sized, they are not lectures, but their lectures tend to be kind of bigger. Like I took a class in my first semester, I think it's a class in linguistics, and it was a class lecture, kind of structured, but even at that, this class was too small, and it was manageable. Like before the middle of the semester, the professor already memorized everybody's names
and pronouns.
Yeah, and pronouns. So, that's one it shouldn't be culture shock, the real sense of it, if we add smaller classes in Nigeria, but classes in Nigeria tend to be overpopulated and crowded,
crowded.
which we hope that something good will happen in that area soon.
Very
by
soon.
God's
We
grace.
hope so. I would like to share is about like rentals.
Okay.
Rentals, like like back home in Nigeria, we pay rent like yearly and not like monthly.
Yeah.
And here they actually like take deposit fee. Sometimes it is refundable, sometimes it's not refundable. So you're taking that security deposit, and like sometimes security deposit could be the same or like amount or like of your first rent, of your first
your monthly rent. Yeah.
Yes. So I was like, why am I paying monthly? Why am I not paying like yearly or something like that? But then like when I started like living there, like it made sense to me. Like, okay, I don't think my stipend could able to afford the yearly down payments, but it's actually like good to pay like monthly like that, so I can like balance myself out.
Yeah.
So which is very, very good.
Which is good. And I think in some places in Nigeria, especially in some elite neighborhoods now in Nigeria, I think they are beginning to embrace that model whereby you pay on a monthly basis. But it's still not something that is as widespread as it is a common practice in America. Another thing is that the fact that you get colleagues where they work for the same office, no mean say you go to greet each other every day. For Nigeria, like in Nigeria, it's like there's this unwritten code that when you work with people, you greet them, right? But here, it's just a choice. And it's very shocking because I took it upon myself when I came that I have to say hello. For example, when you finish class and you can see your classmates, also work, you're working on the same hallway, and you feel like, let's strike some conversation or let's say hello. No, some people just carry face like this.
They will just ignore you as if
know that nothing personal. No, they don't have anything personal. They just feel like. And another culture shock is that not be everybody they call bro or friend here. Like you get what I mean? Like friend here actually holds some meaning.
It holds like a very intimate meaning. Like friend, like that person is your personal friend. What they as your Bible would say.
Yes. Before anybody that we vibe, I'll just say, my friend. Maybe I do not really mean it. Like maybe you're not really my friend, but that word I'll just say my friend. But I realize they don't mess with that word. My friend.
They don't just call any random person their friend. Like, friend. They try to like distinguish that this person is my colleague. Yeah. My friend, my colleague's friend, my or like a acquaintance. Yeah. This person just works for.
Yeah. So they have colleagues. So they have
like this thing.
Classes.
Yeah, classes they call people. They don't just call everybody my friend.
Okay.
What other culture shock can you remember?
Okay, so the one that I'm thinking about now is that I think this society is actually more respectful of people's identities, and honestly, some people from Nigeria or from part of Africa do not really have that kind of consciousness, especially when showing respect, for people of diverse sexual identities. So here you don't just give people pronouns. You have to be respectful enough to confirm, especially in professional and classroom settings. So I think it's just something to keep in mind, and it was never part of my own, way of reasoning. Until I came.
Even mine. So when I came, like I was surprised when we were asked to introduce ourselves with our pronouns.
With your pronouns, so
your name and your pronouns.
And
which I find very interesting because that made me to be more conscious when addressing people. Addressing people the way they want to be addressed, so that you respect them. And you value them as well. So that's the importance of having like pronouns. And if you find yourself in the US, try to be respectful of everyone's pronoun. Because you're not used to it doesn't mean that you shouldn't like respect other people's pronoun.
Especially in an environment where you are compelled to actually address people by their preferred pronoun. So it's such a big culture shock, for me. And
for example, I went to somewhere, I just want to say it right now, and person said that their pronoun is sis, like
Oh, okay.
sister, like sis.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
And I was forced to call the person sis all through the conversation because I'm like, I don't want to use any other pronoun for that person aside from the
Yeah.
sis that they said that like that was what they want to be called
They want to.
or like a hairdressers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, sis.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
I think overall, the process of traveling and integrating into a new society will come up with a lot of culture shock, many of which we may not be able to capture.
There are a lot of things that we actually forgotten or probably like we've gotten used to right now.
Yes, they are experience specific, and so we may not be able to count everything
at all. If you watched to this end, thank you for staying, and I hope you enjoyed this chatty conversation and interesting conversation. I believe that we're able to like I'll educate you on one or two things that you might not be familiar with, or probably you are familiar with it, but then like we actually like help you in one way or the other.
Yeah, bring it to your consciousness.
Yeah, bring it to your point. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Thank you for saying that. And if you have experience on culture shock, please drop it in the comment section. And I'll try to engage with everyone in the comment section just to see how I relate to your experience or how you're relating with my own experience or with our experience in, how will I put it, our experience together.
Yeah, our experiences. Yeah.
Okay. Experiences.
Yeah.
Sometimes like it's always like this. So thank you everybody. So see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for inviting me. Bye.